So there was some discussion, but did you actually catch those fireworks? 4th of July, the old hometown.
I absolutely did. I did go up to our hometown for 4th of July fireworks. And for those of you who don't know, Pete and I grew up in Cicero, Indiana, and that's what they're known for. It's 4th of July and 4th of July fireworks.
And take your tractor to school day. But I think we've referenced that too.
Yeah, where there are more tractors than cars.
You know.
That's the life we grew up in.
We keeps it aggro. Not aggressive, but agriculture, which is equally as cool.
So I haven't been to the Cicero fireworks in probably 3 or 4 years. But my entire purpose for going to the Cicero fireworks is to run into everybody we went to school with. That's all I wanted.
Just trying to flex with your, let me guess, you went with your all white jeans?
Absolutely.
Did you wear your fresh white kicks with the blue on them?
No, I didn't, only because I knew I was going to have to walk so much. And it was like, kind of not great outside. So I didn't want to get any fresh white shoes dirty. So what I wear? Oh, I just worn my sandals so I could paint my toenails. And those would look all nice. And a mesh tank.
What is with you in the mesh tank? You really been rocking that?
Yeah, I've really been rocking the mesh tank. My buddy Connor from Scotland could pull it off, and it was all about that attitude. So I totally wore the mesh tank. I wore the white jeans, and I was trying to look as good as I could. I looked huge.
Stuff some tube socks down the front of the jeans just for added.
No extra room in the front of those jeans, man. None. And they're hard to walk in now because my legs just barely fit.
Dope.
So I went just because I want to run into them from high school. I didn't run into anyone from high school, Pete.
You figure that's a karma thing? Like, how often are you just looking to flex and it's like, oh, this is underwhelming?
Not very often, but just enough. Like, just often enough. I don't get to. I guess my life is kind of a flex.
Did you get a pump before you got out of the car?
No, I didn't. I thought about it, though. I thought about doing some push-ups or bringing some bands just to get a little pump before I went up there, but I didn't.
Are there bands in your Ford Escape right now?
There aren't, but there are bands in my gear bag, which is in my car half the time.
Dude, how much can bands possibly cost?
I'm sure I could get cheap ones.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, just leave them in the car.
Why would you not?
I mean, I don't know. But I looked so good anyway, even non-pumped, that I would have turned a lot of heads and made everyone jealous.
So really, you're taking pity on the common man by not having a pump?
By looking smaller? No, screw them. No, I would totally have made them feel inadequate. I was so disappointed when my 10-year reunion got canceled. I am sure you heard about it endlessly. I was devastated. We were supposed to have a 10-year high school reunion, and not enough people RSVP'd, and it ended up being canceled.
But you got a 15-year next year, don't you?
Maybe. It depends.
Why don't you just spearhead the whole thing? Insist that it happen.
I would. There's still like a group online of our class 10-year reunion that's existent and everyone's still a member of. There's several times I've thought about posting in that group, hey, everybody, this is one date 3 months away. Let's go ahead and just all get together at this bar. So we don't have to worry about reservations. No one has to pay money ahead of time. You can just show up. And it gives you time to get your kids, I don't know, taken off your hands, out of the nest, whatever. And you can just come hang out with me that life has treated so well since we graduated.
I don't think you'd have anything to talk about. What's your top 5 flex list? If you're going to flex, I'm some fly chick who turned down Fat Jake.
Okay, we'll come back to that in a second.
What?
First, I want to justify why I'm flexing, so it just doesn't seem like I'm a complete tool.
Just a moderate tool?
Yeah,
That's about where you live?
I'm not going to come off completely humble in this episode. I'm aware. Hashtag stay humble. Also, we forgot to put hashtag no eye contact.
Well, yeah, but that's more of a
last
photography thing.
No, sure it is. So, in high school, I would say that neither one of us were popular. Fair?
Whoa. What's this neither one of us?
And in that case, in high school, I would say that I was not popular.
I'm just going to try and put you out on that island.
I was overweight. When I started getting facial hair, it was super scruffy. I was super nerdy. I wore the worst clothes in the world. Those baggy, long shirts that were flowy and had flames and stuff on the bottom. Which, don't get me wrong, I still think those things look cool. But now I get that it was the wrong fashion statement. I wore corduroy shorts a lot. That lets you know how popular I was.
However, I will say, you weren't worried about it, or at least not outwardly. You still painted your nails, that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't worried about it.
Yeah, that didn't make you cool though.
I know.
Yeah, it was just a thing. Oh, I didn't care at all. But I mean, some people every now and then will let me know you are not cool.
Just in case you thought maybe you were, you're not.
And I'd be like, hey, listen, man, believe it or not, I'm aware. Like, I get it. I'm not at your table. I'm not on your sports team.
You just fell down and wept right there in front. Is this what you want?
Yeah.
Is this what you want?
I'm like, oh man, I didn't realize you were so dumb that you thought that I wouldn't. That I'm oblivious to the fact that I'm not cool. But that's great, man. I hope you guys win the football game on Friday. So,
but you were on the football team
for a few weeks. Yeah.
Bam.
For a few weeks. Didn't work out, did it?
I mean, I know that. I didn't know if they know that.
Now, we'll explain that story another day. Anyway, high school, I'm not going to say I got made fun of all the time. Not the case at all. I didn't get made fun of all the time. It was a made fun of sometimes thing because everyone gets made fun of sometimes. But it was just a fact. I was not cool. If there was like a king of the nerds, maybe I was in the running. Fair enough.
Sure.
Yeah. So, I played tenor saxophone. So we'll just.
But not even all 4 years. You quitter?
Yeah, just one. Because I was also not popular in middle school. So let's just say high school, it was, everyone's high school experience unless you have your glory days in high school. It wasn't super great. And there were plenty of people that doubted you. And anytime someone was like, hey, what are you going to do? And I'm like, oh, I want to be this or I want to be that. Let's just say, for instance, maybe I said I want to be a professional wrestler. And I started training in high school. And you better believe that brought on all sorts of insults. For all those people who doubted, I have 14 years of stock built up. And I'm ready to throw some stuff at you.
You could always just join the FFA. People would have respected that.
I'm not even going to say that made you cool or uncool in our school. Like, it might have made you cool.
Seth was in the FFA, dog.
See?
Yes.
Ooh, this is a star athlete. I didn't realize he was in the FFA, but that makes sense.
Scouted by the Yankees, allegedly.
The New York Yankees?
Yeah.
For what?
Baseball. He's a catcher.
Oh.
Dominant.
I didn't know what position he played. I was too busy concentrating on his football accolades.
Which there were a lot of those as well. I mean, we had some jocks in school. Most of them due to various injury or I think maybe academic struggles.
Yeah, we had some killer athletes.
Yeah.
We had some killer athletes in school. The dude who I shared a locker next to for 4 years was our star football player and went to Wisconsin. Yeah.
I mean, there were some better quarterbacks than him there, but he was a good dude.
Yeah, he was one of the guys. He was one of the guys I actually really liked. Like, he was a cool guy. I always got to know his girlfriends really well because they would always be there. And even though they were like the preppiest girls, they were actually really nice.
Yeah, I wonder what he's doing.
That's a good question. I feel like he's back to living somewhere around here.
We should find that out.
But he's a guy I wouldn't mind having a drink with.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Maybe at a 15-year high school reunion.
Oh, man, whoever is listening, a 15-year reunion has to happen. And I know one person listening could make some of that happen. Yeah, so I'm still frustrated about this no 10-year reunion. So this year, I totally was going to fireworks only to flex because I haven't been able to come to fireworks in the last few years because I'm an international goddamn superstar. And I haven't been in the country on our day of independence.
So now I think we got to get back to
5 flexes?
Yeah, your top 5 flex list. Not even like... Because it changes. I know it ever changes because you just accomplish more and more dope shit on the reg. Yep. But 4th of July, what are the top 5 flexes you came prepared with?
I didn't think of it that way. And these are in no particular... No, I know them. I know a lot of stuff to flex about.
I mean, it's always got to be a David Letterman scenario, man. You got to get your top 5.
This is not an order, but lived in Japan.
You've been there long enough to where you could say you lived there. Like, it wasn't, I spent 2 weeks there on vacation. Like, you took up residence in Japan. Yeah. Like, over the course of your collective stints, like, what's your total time there?
A year. And one time I left with the idea in mind of this is relocating. Like, in 17, when I spent a lot of 17 there to 2017, I was like, this is my permanent residence now. I've gotten mail there. There's only 2 or 3 places in my entire life I've gotten mail. And one of them is in Japan.
Well, your van isn't a permanent address, bro.
Yeah, exactly. You can't put that down. So, lived in Russell in Japan for a while. So that's a big one.
I mean, it's not China, but I guess it's cool.
Yeah, well, they worship us in Japan. I don't know if they worship the wrestlers in China yet. Only the government. Only the government gets worshipped. Damon's there right now. Looks like he's having a great time. Somehow they're not censoring his social media. He's posting Instagram stories all day, every day.
Oh, yeah.
But another buddy of mine was over there, and he could only post like once a week.
That's weird.
So I don't know what's going on.
Dame also, for a dude that big, gosh, be a little bit of a jerk. People want to see you be a little bit of a jerk. I just don't think he has it in him.
Dude, you should watch some of his Instagram stories. It's just 24 hours a day of him being a great guy, trying to help other people and talking about how awesome all these things are in China.
He's so thankful for the opportunity. He's so humble. He's so gracious. I don't even know him personally. It's just like, bruh.
That's what it is. And it's true. Like, it's legitimate. He's that dude.
He's the anti-Jake.
He is the anti-Jake. He would never brag about anything. That dude has brag-worthy stuff that you just don't know about. He's been in a lot, like some big movies and some stuff like that. Anyway.
Plus, he probably makes Vin Diesel look small. That's my last comment about him.
Yeah, he totally is.
Raging crush, apparently.
It's fair enough. He's earned it. He looks great. Oh, on that topic, it's not a verbal flex, but I look great. I'm almost 240 pounds now, Pete.
What'd you weigh in high school? Because you weren't in the 200s, were you?
When I started high school, I was like 269.
Okay.
Like fat 269.
I don't know. I think you're harder on yourself for that particular thing than even I would be. And I like to be a jerk to you because it's funny to me. But I would say, so you've lost weight. However, your body fat percentage has gone down a ton. Mm-hmm. You look kind of swole. I mean, your triceps need work, but beyond
always
that.
Always have. Well, when I started in school, I was like, I ate fast food all the time my whole life until I was like 16 years old. And then, so I was like really chubby, but I wore all those baggy flame shirts and stuff and baggy shorts. So like, I didn't look big, but even if you look at my face, like it was puffy. Then when I was 16, I stopped drinking soda and stopped eating fast food all the time. I dropped a lot of weight. So I got down to like maybe 230-ish. I stayed there for a few years and then like 220-ish.
You know, Baja Blast still counts as soda, right?
That sounds disgusting.
What? Dang it.
I don't think I ever tried it. I tried Livewire.
From T-Bell? You never hit the Baja Blast?
Oh, no.
You're missing out on a world of flavor in your mouth.
Doesn't look great. I've had a world of flavor in my mouth in my travels. I don't need that. So yeah, it's not a verbal flex, but, and then, when I started getting in better shape when I was in college, and then I always kind of bounced around like the 200 to 220-ish, and then I would drop body fat and this and that. Last time I left Japan, I was 196 and shredded. And now I'm like 235, and I have a lot more body fat now, but it's not bad. So even though I'm super self-conscious about my body, I know, like if I'm walking around Cicero, Indiana, I'm breaking some necks.
Yeah, call me when you get to 240, scrawny ass.
Yeah, we'll wait a week or two, because that's what's going to happen. So yeah, looking pretty good. WWE tryout. Yeah, because especially that's a big thing people call up, like, oh, you ever want to go to WWE? Yeah, I've done some work for them. And I had a tryout on their dime.
Were you on like Broken Skull Ranch or anything though?
That would have been a flex had they picked me up. Yes, but I did go through the interview process several times to be on Broken Skull Challenge. But Stone Cold apparently scared.
That's got to be what it is.
That's got to be it. I should probably tweet him.
Oh, dude, can we add him in this episode?
Sure, he won't get back to me. He won't listen.
But he'll know.
He should know. One having to stun his ass. But yeah.
Hashtag life goals.
Yep. Yeah, so I had my WWE tryout last year. That's pretty sweet. 4 days in beautiful Orlando, and they killed me. And if there was a winner, I won. I didn't win a contract, though.
Yet? You've done work for WWE, though.
Yeah, I've gotten a good handful of paychecks from them. So that's pretty cool. That's a thing a lot of people can't talk about. And I kept one. Like I cashed it, but I still have it like framed. I was in a movie. I was in The Ringside Story.
I like how that's the most passive thing you bring up. Oh, I was in a movie.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever.
And we're not talking indie film. There's another indie wrestler that always posts about like all of his acting exploits and stuff. I'm like, yeah, dude, power to you. Like, I'm really happy for you going out there and doing it. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how to search and find these movies. But I was in a multi-million-dollar like
studio back
major motion picture. Yeah. And did I tell that story?
No.
So I'll tell that story someday. That's one of my favorite stories. Yeah. So like this was a major motion picture. We're talking like tons of days of filming. We filmed 3 scenes one day. It took like 9 hours for 90 seconds of this movie. And the scenes I were in, obviously I probably stole so much that some of them didn't make the cut, because because they were like, you know what, we can't take away the heat of the main actor because this American dude decided to steal the scene, went into business for himself.
That's still a little upset you haven't wrestled under the moniker Godzilla while you're over there.
Yeah, would you? I'm not that big yet. Wait till I hit 250. Wait till I hit 250.
Pretty sure Godzilla was like 6'3", 250. Pretty sure.
And the part of town I live in is the part of town that has the giant Godzilla statue climbing the building. That's pretty cool. So in Shinjuku, that's a thing people always go to see is giant Godzilla climbing the building.
How am I just now hearing this? I didn't know such a thing existed.
Really?
Yes.
Ooh, I'll pull it up in a second.
Why is that not the stuff you talk about?
Giant okay.
Godzilla.
I can talk about stuff like that, yeah. It's climbing on top of, I think, Toho Cinemas. But let's see, is that 3 flexes or 4?
That's 4, unless you're going to count being 240 as not a flex.
No, that is. And then I would probably throw in something like, oh yeah, I just got back from Europe, been going over there a lot lately, which is also true.
Been seeing glorious places, without electricity or running water, sleeping in lofts.
See, those are by choice. Those are by choice. Because I'd rather live that way.
I'd have some douchey comment like, bro, Canada's not that cool.
If I had more flexes, I would probably, and I happen to I was in Quebec City recently, I would throw in that too. Because that's a cool place that is connected to our continent. But I like, yeah. And then if I'm like, and I'll throw out just Europe as a whole, because I've been to Europe as a whole a few times lately. And then if I'm like, oh, really? Like where? Then I can be like, how much time you got? Because I've been a lot of places.
Well, I hate the expression mic drop, but like, just what's the walkout thing? Somebody's like, I want you to feel real bad. I'm just going to walk away though. It's like, yeah, whatever.
Like the last thing I say?
Well, just kind of in general. Yeah. I mean, guy, girl, it doesn't matter. Just be like, oh, cool. You like living your dream or something? No, whatever, man.
So I don't want to make people feel bad.
Yes, you do.
Not directly bad. I'm going to say all this stuff that comes off in a humble way. Like it's nonchalant. Like, oh, I was in a movie. Like, oh yeah, I lived here for a while. I've just got back from here. Like, because yes, obviously I'm bragging and flexing, but unless someone was a complete douche to me, I don't want to be a complete douche to them. But I probably would like throw all that stuff out and be like, so what have you been up to? That's all it takes.
I had a kid, man. It's pretty great.
Yeah, like, so what have you been up to? Where are you living now?
Do you think you just go in and like rob conversations? Somebody's talking about, oh yeah, man. So I'm kind of a day trader working for myself. I just bought a Miata. Like I'm really happy where life's going. I'm really kind of accomplishing the things that I want to do. Mm-hmm. Just walk in and snake it.
All the time. And I'm straight up. I actually, most of the times in my daily life, feel bad. So bad that I won't always say something. Like if I am in a gathering of people that I actually enjoy and really like, and they're talking about all their stuff like that, which is great. There's also that part of me that wishes I had a family and a house.
In a Miata.
In a Miata. In the town I grew up in. Like, the grass is always greener. So, like, I can look at that and respect that and want that too. It's just not as flashy. But there's a lot of times where people be talking about, like, oh, yeah, like, I did get, like, this promotion at work, and now I do this, and day trading and whatnot. And then somebody's like, oh, hey, what have you been up to, man? I'm like, keeping busy traveling, which is true. But sometimes even if it's around people I like, I won't say like, oh, I just got back from here. Oh, I just did this.
There's so many not subtle ways that people can figure out where they stand with you just if they've listened to this show. To me, it's pretty funny.
Although, the thing is that everyone I know has listened to the show is, I'm sure there's people I don't know that have listened to the show. I'd really be interested in that. If I've never met you, or you're a fan and we've only had brief interactions, I would really love to know that you listen to the show. Also, what you think. That being said, all the people I do know that listen, I mean, I really just genuinely like as people, so I'd never want to come off as a douche to them.
Well, you came off as a douche to me that having a podcast isn't in your top 5 list.
Oh.
Yeah, whatever. Dick.
Yeah, well, I got a podcast. How many hits do we get every week? The second we get like some huge number of hits, we're not trending.
You don't know. Maybe we are.
Man, we have a poor marketing guy.
Wait, what?
Yeah, apparently we have a poor marketing guy.
Don't turn this around. I gave you a piece of marketing gold last episode.
I'm bringing you the content, okay?
I can only do so much. My back hurts.
What was your marketing gold?
What? Aw, dog. Putting like...
Were we talking about it on tape?
Yeah, like putting up fake quotes and stuff and then acting like they're a real thing and referencing them later.
Okay, I got you. Yeah. I didn't realize that was a podcast specific thing. I thought you just meant a life flex.
Oh, no, that's real life stuff in general.
Yeah.
You should always do that.
Oh, I should also point out that social media is only a flex. I had a conversation with someone the other day. I hate social media. It's the worst. Like, it makes my life worse. If anything, like, I hate it. My social media is a flex. That's all it is. It's not my real life. That's why I don't post real life stuff on there.
But it's how you get sponsors, man.
It is. It's how you get sponsors. It's how you get people to look at you. There are professional wrestlers I know that have gotten shows over me because they have more social media followers. Doesn't matter who's the better person. So social media is a flex. That's why there's not a lot of my real life hidden in there.
What? I thought that was your real life.
I mean, it's a version of my real life. It's me playing the part of my character, playing the part of me.
I'm real disappointed. I thought I did a good job of capturing your soul in your true essence.
You have captured my soul in my true essence.
Whatever.
In playing a part that's playing the real version of me.
You see, this is how I know I stand with Jake. He didn't come over the top with a flex or a douchey statement.
Mm-hmm.
Pretends to care.
I do care. I care about everyone who's helped me out in all my creative and whatever endeavors. I also appreciate my friends.
I got nowhere to go.
So if you're listening to this, you're probably a good friend of mine. I love you.
Hashtag keeping it real.
Yeah. Hashtag stay humble. Hashtag no eye contact.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only way to take photos nowadays. If you look directly into the camera, you're just doing it wrong.
Yeah, photos. Yeah. So that's all me flexing. What else?
I don't know, man. You also bust out some very specific attire. The more you want to flex, the wider you go.
Oh, dude, yeah, of course. White pants exude confidence. I got a pair of really sexy white shorts the other day. Like white jean shorts that are real tight and frayed in the right places. Oh, man, I haven't worn them yet because I need the perfect place to wear them.
Now, how do you accompany that, though? You go with the pop of color on the top, or you go white on white?
I don't know what I'm wearing on top yet. I don't feel like I should wear a tank. I feel like it needs to be something like longer sleeve. And then I don't know the footwear I need to wear with it. I feel like it has to be like some hot white shoes or something.
Have you graduated to those long like tees that have the same cut as like a dress shirt? It's kind of like a U in the crotch area. They're meant to be worn untucked, but kind of long.
Really? Ooh, I don't know if I can pull that off.
Oh, you can. That's just ultimate.
Nah, man, that doesn't sound like me.
What?
That doesn't sound like me.
And then you got to wear like 19 bracelets on both wrists. Just be like, whatever, man.
I mean, I'll accessorize with a watch when necessary because that's a way to let people know you have your stuff together. Even though the watch I wear doesn't work.
It looks like nice. The coffee mug.
Got it off Wish.
How long did it run for?
Dude, I don't know if it ran. Like, I think it did. It ran for like a week, maybe. And then I realized it would just like run for half the day.
So you pretty much got your money's worth.
Yeah. It was worth $0. It was my free gift for signing up for Wish.
Dope.
Yeah. And then I guess in life I should come in with coffee mugs. When I go in to sign my contract, I will have a coffee mug in my hand.
From where? Because you can't go to Starbucks, dog.
Ooh, it has to be probably indie coffee roasters, maybe.
All right, so I
haven't been in there, but I know that sounds pretentious enough.
Have you not been in there?
No.
Dude, I like indie coffee roasters, especially they do a lot of stuff with local breweries. They embody douchey coffee shop. Like 100%. Everything in there is sterile and douchey.
I've gotten that vibe just from driving by.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
And again, good product, good people. I know the owners, but that is the embodiment of every coffee shop douchey stereotype. And their logo has the little dog on it and stuff. It gives the right message. Oh, yeah.
Does it say indie coffee roasters on the actual cup?
Oh, yeah,
or
it does.
Just on the...
Oh, it says it on the cup, man.
Okay.
And if not the cup, I do think they give you the little thingies, the cardboard deal.
The Zarf.
It's a Zarf?
That's what it's called.
Oh, then it's at least on the Zarf.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know if people know that, but the cardboard cover gimmick is called a Zarf. It's super important. I just typed it in the computer so you'd believe me that that's what it actually means. Holy crap, it's Turkish for envelope. Didn't even know it.
Now you all know. It's your word of the day.
Indie Coffee Roasters does has done stuff for Creative Mornings before. So that's how I knew them. I know now Tinker does most of the time.
Yeah, man. The owner, he's there a lot. You'll know him because he's younger than you think he should be. He's got a shaved head and a big bushy beard, like
really
long. Yeah, only in his 30s.
It's not what I would have expected.
Yeah, man.
I'd be like, "Yeah, I've heard you're the owner. I'm friends with Pete."
He won't know who that is. Oh, that's fine.
See, I also like to throw around names of friends sometimes. I was able to do that when my Danish friend was here a little bit because he would talk about this or that. I'm like, oh yeah, that's my friend da-da-da. And be like, oh yeah, you talk about WWE and be like, oh yeah, that's my friend, this person.
Is that his real name?
My friend da-da-da.
That's what Danish it could be.
Yeah. Yeah, because I have some famous friends. Like, I don't need to bring that up, like, as part of my flexing. But if it were to come up, I'd be like, oh yeah, like, our roommate's on TV.
Yeah, Suzanne Summers and I are tight. No big deal.
I don't know her.
You know who that is, though,
I might have
right?
hooked up with a Grammy Award nominee, but that's not a thing I'm going to throw out there.
Whoa. What was the nomination?
I can't tell you that.
Why? Okay, because it narrowed down too much?
Yeah. I mean, let's be realistic. Like, there's a lot of nominees, but not a lot of them were in Indiana at a point in their life.
Well, yeah, but they're not all nominated for the same thing.
Yeah, but it would cut down.
Best studio engineer?
No, it was for an actual, like, performance.
Not some kind of a sound engineer.
Yeah, it wasn't a behind the camera peon.
Shout out to the behind the camera peons that never get any credit.
Yeah, exactly. See, I need to start talking trash about all those people and then just be wondering why, like, oh hey man, why's my audio bad on this? Why'd you cut my scenes?
God, man, I thought I've seen some of your other promo videos. Mine sucks. What's up with that?
Like how in that episode of Friends where Joey says he writes a lot of his own lines and then all of a sudden he's dead or in a vegetative state.
Don't claim to do improv.
I made some joke the other day about like I was going to talk trash about some behind the camera like producer thing and then run a storyline where like my something was always like cut out and it just made me look awful. Oh, no, that was it. I was going to talk trash about cameramen and then wonder why every time I went to watch a DVD of my match, the camera would just like wander to like the crowd during my match. Like, man, this dude is awful.
Does that happen? Can the wrestling be so bad? It's like, oh, we're going to focus on the audience here for a minute.
Dude, I'm sure it does happen. On the big companies, though, they just get really good at cutting camera, like cut camera to camera. So like they can hit different angles. Sometimes it happens on moves where they know the move might not go as well. Or the person's, it's not going to look as good. So they cut it. And I hate that because I know what they're doing because I understand it. But a lot of people probably don't. But yeah, that's a thing like you could do. I have seen them cut to the crowd at certain points, but it's only usually if like, say a fan jumped in the ring or something. Like, you know how in football, if a dude runs on, or baseball, if a dude runs onto the field, they'll move the camera and it might seem awkward for a minute because they don't want that person to be on TV. It's like that. On the indies, though, there have been sometimes I'd watch my match and it's the camera's filming me in the ring and then it just kind of like slowly goes to the right and then pulls back real fast because the guy watching just like stopped paying attention.
Dude, I hate that. Not having been behind the scenes on a couple shows, like when you're relying upon someone who's not overly involved in like what's going on, it's like, oh, come on, man. Now the whole lot of us look like idiots.
Yeah.
Come on.
Exactly.
Dang. It's embarrassing. Do your job, cameraman.
Yeah, now I think I'm going to talk trash about all these cameramen and then run a storyline about like, why haven't any of my matches been like televised?
I think you should.
But they have to be in on it because they got to know I love them. I pay my cameramen well. They're worth it.
I try and give Smooth a shout in every episode, but he's more of a still image kind of guy.
Yeah, dude. Let's shout out my still photographers, man, at Smooth Images. Justin Sims, he's awesome. At Indie Sports Daily, Reggie Edwards and Brian Cranfield are awesome. The videographer I used for my last show at Threshold Productions, Yog, that dude was awesome.
Yog,
yeah. It's at Threshold Productions. I won't put his personal one because I don't know if you'd want people looking at his personal page. Yeah, that dude was great, and his edits were awesome. He gave me like the footage like a week later. It was great. Like I'll put over all those dudes. I'll put over all my production people. They're great. At Curtain Jerker Designs are my graphics. At Erica's Creative does some graphics work for me too. At Multimedia Hustle, it's my sound dude. Yeah,
nominated for Grammy nominated audio engineer.
Let's put over all of those awesome individuals. Yeah, so I know all those people, man. I'm blessed.
Hashtag disrespect them. Because I don't know that any of them listen. Do they?
I don't know. I don't think any of those people listen.
Disrespect.
But like, follow them. Follow them.
I mean, do that, sure.
And be like, oh, I heard what you did for White River Wrestling, man.
Yeah, make mention of this podcast. Be like, oh, hey.
Yeah, listen to Off the Cliff Pod.
Found your info through Off the Cliff Pod.
Yeah.
They spoke highly of you. Thanks for listening.
Yeah. And thank all of you for listening. And hopefully my voice isn't too annoying yet. And it should hopefully be back next week.
Better be.
So don't even worry about following me or the podcast or Pete. Follow my behind the scenes people this week. And we'll catch you next week.